Good morning, everyone. Craig from Old School Car Audio here in Perth, in Western Australia. Harley Davidson owners, what is the problem? What is the problem with Harley Davidsons? Well, you can't hear them, and I'm not talking about the bike, I'm talking about the audio. It is disappointing when I see a lot of Harley guys who've come in and they've spent money on aftermarket systems like various plug and play ones. They've also upgraded to, say, the Harley Boom system. And the problem with all these systems is they're kind of okay, but they're not like hot rodding. They're not the epitome of when you buy a Harley, you expect it to work loud, big, fast, that kind of thing. So there's always a lot of disappointment. And for those that come into the shop and see what we have to offer, there's a sense of joy when they hear the difference, and then you can see the loss on their face because they've gone, but I've already dropped 4 or 5 grand on a so-called aftermarket system that is not performing. And the reason these systems don't perform is that most of them are plug and play, so they don't cater for the individual tastes of the rider. They don't cater for the different types of helmets riders wear, the open or fully closed. They don't cater for the type of music that the rider might want to listen to. They don't cater necessarily for the passenger. They give a very generic, this will do for most people. And that's the problem, is this will do for most people is not what we stand for. It's not part of our values. So we're all about doing the best we can for the individual, the customer. And that's why I've developed these particular systems using Ground Zero products, sound digital amplifiers, HKI DSPs, where you can modify and tune and adapt everything to suit the rider and the bike. So not all bikes are the same. A lot of the stuff that comes from the US we find there's little nuances and differences between similar models of similar years. So you can't necessarily just deliver a kit and say, here it is guys, bolted in. There'll always be a little bit of custom work here. And the other thing to remember is when you do a little bit more custom work, you can get it to sound a lot better. So when you take the pods apart, you can actually apply a lot of acoustic damping and some attenuation material in there, a really sound sort of acoustic attenuation material in there. And that allows the mid-bass drivers to play a little bit lower. Takes the pressure off that back wave of the speaker. You can drive them a little bit harder, and then with your DSP you can inch it up a little bit more on the volume, which gives again more clarity on the road at 120 mile an hour with the loud exhaust on. And that's the other thing, when a lot of guys have aftermarket exhausts, so again they're frustrated that they can't hear their music once they put an aftermarket exhaust on. Well, problem solved again. Down here, even our 2-speaker systems will overcome that problem. So if you want to check it out, that's our demo board. Let me flip it around. Let me show you what we've got here. These are the Ground Zero GZ 6.5 SPL. So these are the standard yellow basket coaxial speakers that'll go in any Harley Davidson 2014 and up with a little bit of work. Similarly, we've got the Neos. This is Neo, just means Neo magnet on the back. The Neo magnet's slightly smaller. This one plays lower in terms of frequency than this one. This one, you can get a slightly higher output. Notwithstanding, not one is better than the other. They are applications for different bikes, for different riders. So again, depending on what you want to achieve and where your speaker placement is, one or either of these speakers will be better for you. In our lids down here, we have a 6x9 or a 6.9 SPL coax by Ground Zero. It is just such a good choice for a bag. Plays great mid-bass. We've also snuck our little subwoofer in there, which you can't see from that side, with our 3D printed grille. We do a 10-inch mid-bass driver in production, not an 8-inch sub. And again, it's because you'll hear a 10-inch mid-bass driver much, much more than you will a subwoofer on your bike. And then we've got a range of amplifiers. We've got the Power Sports 800.4, the Sound Digital Evo X 800.4, and 800.1 for the sub, and the DSP Mini. And the reason I've laid it out like this is exactly as you see here is exactly the quality and layout of the wiring that you should expect to see in your bike. It's the same RCAs we use, it's the same wiring kits we use. So the idea was to just lay it all out, so show people exactly how we do it. So, long speech over. Problem, you can't hear your music. You've tried other systems, you've tried upgraded Harley Boom systems, you're still left want no more. Come and see us. we will be here at West Coast V-Twin. They're in Albany Highway in Kenwick in Perth. So that's West Coast V-Twin. Check them out. They're on the internet, Facebook, etc. Great guys down there. Really, really solid guys. They will have this demo board in their shop starting Saturday the 11th of March, which is next Saturday. So we'll be there from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. with the board, with some product to help explain to people. So bring your bikes in, have a conversation. I'll try and arrange a couple of bikes that we've done, see if those guys are around to come down as well. And you can see, listen, touch, feel this equipment, get used to it, have a conversation, and really understand how we can bring your Harley Davidson to life from an audio perspective. And we only have to do it once, and you're not left wanting, and there's no sadness afterwards. So come and have a conversation. Doesn't cost anything to talk about it. Come and see the demo board. Come and have a listen. I'm pretty sure you'll be impressed. And we'll see you there, West Coast V-Twin, Saturday the 11th of March, 9 till 12. All right, have a good weekend. See you later.